we're going to go through the three-way get up, as far as three ways to get up from the ground, from that, all kind of hinging on that diagonal sit off the hand position. So as always, we like to make sure we have our nice stable core, parallel diaphragm and pelvic floor, got our little breathing going up to our 3-month, arms in the air. So we're going to start by rolling over onto the side, the prop up onto the elbow, up onto the hand. We're first going to go to the high bridge, which would be the arm up, pushing the hip high, making sure we can maintain our line, pivoting underneath once or twice, then bringing the hip underneath, creasing into it, then pivoting forward off the hip, up into our lunge, back down, hip out, crease into the hip, and sliding back underneath onto here. From here we can go back to that reclined sit, go onto the other side, bring the foot up, bridge up, nice and balanced, back and forth, sit back into the hip, slide up, out of the lunge, back down to the tripod, coming up, back down to the hip, back to our reclined sit. From here we can now go into the tripod, going up to the single leg stance. From here we're going to pivot off the lower knee, bring this leg forward, we're going to crease into this hip, act like we have our support here, come on up. We can do that little reach into the side, get our full airplane, get our single leg deadlift, crease through, then back down, shift the weight over, into our reclined sit. As we come onto the other side, hip forward, creasing over, coming on up, back and forth, still working that hip crease, into our single leg deadlift, back down, to our reclined sit. Last one we're going to go through is the quadruped version of the bear into the squat from our 7-month diagonal sit position. Go to the same reach over, onto all fours, pop up onto the toes. From here we're going to sit back into a squat, up and out, back down onto the hands, knees back down to the ground. We're going to shift the weight over onto the left side, so we can pivot back down into our diagonal sit, back to our reclined sit, onto the other side. Going to pivot over onto all fours, up onto the toes, walk back into our squat, come on up, sit back down into it, have our hand pressure as we go forwards, knees back down, shift the weight over onto the right side, back into our reclined sit. From here we can then go back down onto our hand, under our elbow, transition back onto our back, finish off with a little bit of core, and then we're done.